Someone clean up this mess. Where's the janitor? The voice cut down the corridor like a whip. Sharp, arrogant, absolute. General Marcus stood like a statue in dress blues, rage burning under the spreading coffee stain across his chest. Officers moved fast, shoulders down, eyes averted. No one wanted to be next. At the far end of the hall, she moved. No words, no sound. Just the slow squeak of a mop bucket, rolling like a shadow behind her. Elena, navy coveralls pressed, posture silent, invisible by design. She was the janitor, the one nobody saw, and that's exactly why she was still here. She turned the corner and glided toward room 47B, one of the most classified doors in the entire Pentagon. Technically, she had no clearance to be there, but protocol doesn't mop floors, and no one questions the help. Inside the room, the tension was choking. A long black table, flags from 6 nations, stern faces, a folder stamped eyes only sat open like a live grenade. "This makes no sense," snapped a British officer. 3 languages, none of them aligned. "Translators are grounded at Quantico," another muttered. "We don't have time," Marcus growled. "This could be a nuclear trigger. If we guess wrong, cities burn. Figure it out." Just beyond the door, Eleanor stopped, mop mid-swipe. A single phrase had carried through the gap. 12 words. She knew them all, not vaguely, not academically, deeply, like muscle memory, like loss, like war. The security guard nearby chuckled. "Just toss it into Google Translate." A voice answered behind him, low, flat, unshakable. "It's not Google Translate material." He turned. The janitor stood straight, still, eyes locked forward. "It's not just Farsi," she said. "It's a northern Dari combat dialect. Pashto time markers, not location codes. The Russians are GRU cipher, vintage Cold War. Whoever wrote this wanted it buried in plain sight, only readable to someone who's already bled for it." The guard blinked. "What the hell did you just say?" The door burst open. General Marcus stood in the frame, folder clutched like a loaded weapon. He looked at her, then the mop, then her again. "What is going on here?" Eleanor didn't blink. "Sir," she said, voice like a razor wrapped in calm, "give me 10 minutes, a pen and silence. You'll have your answer before the intercept window closes." His eyes narrowed. "Name?" "Elena Vistrikov, civilian contractor, sanitation division. And before that?" "Off record, NATO linguistics, counter-intel, 7 fluent languages. I walked out 3 years ago." "Why?" "My brother died in Kandahar. I couldn't wear the war anymore. But I couldn't leave the flag either." He stared at her like she'd just stepped out of a locked vault, then handed her the folder. Inside the room, silence cracked open like thunder. Analysts froze. CIA reps stiffened. No one spoke as the janitor sat down at the end of the table. She opened the file like she'd done this 1,000 times. And maybe she had. Line by line, dialect by dialect, she translated, corrected fatal misreads, sketched the cipher by hand. One analyst flinched as she casually tore apart 2 hours of their guesses with 3 sentences. "This isn't a launch protocol," she said finally. "It's a signal intercept map. Someone's rerouting satellite data to mask a retrieval operation, not a bomb." A person Marcus leaned in. "Do you know where?" "Already decoded it," she said, sliding a note across the table. He read it, then looked at her, then looked at everyone else. "Why didn't anyone know who she was?" he asked. A junior aide swallowed hard. "She's always been here. No one ever asked." Marcus turned back. This time, he didn't see a janitor. He saw a locked weapon the Pentagon had been walking past for 3 years. "You're not a cleaner," he said. "No, sir," Elena replied. "I'm the one who never stopped listening." She got clearance that day, a badge, a title, but the next morning she came back in coveralls, still pushed her mop, still walked the halls like a ghost, but now, when officers passed, they stood straighter. Now, when her bucket rolled by, people watched, because the most dangerous person in the room wasn't holding a rank. She held the truth, and she never needed to raise her voice to deliver it. They used to call her janitor. Now they call her Vistrikov, and when the world's secrets whisper through the walls, she's the one who hears them first. Before we wrap up, tell us, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. Let's see how far Eleanor's story echoes. If this shook you, like, subscribe, and drop a soap bubble detective emoji for every silent genius walking among us.